Hey everybody, I'm Scotty J. Welcome back to Rock Titan Live. We have got a great guest with us right now, and we were supposed to catch up earlier. We were supposed to catch up earlier in the past week, but we had some crazy storms, and we had floods, and we were losing electricity, and if you look at the news, you'd swear the apocalypse was coming. But it didn't happen. It didn't happen. And as a result, we have got Brittney Slayes with us from Unleash the Archers. They got a brand new album coming out, Abyss, very soon, and it rocks. We're going to talk all about it. Brittney, how you doing?
I'm doing well, thanks. How about you?
I could complain, but who's listening? You know? Who wants to listen? But no one wants to listen to me. But Brittney, I have to say, having listened to Abyss, everyone, and I mean everyone, should want to be listening to you.
Thank you.
Your fifth studio album. Does it feel like 5 studio albums already?
No, it's very weird. No, definitely not.
So, now, as we were getting acquainted earlier, you were saying that this is different. This is different from any of the early releases. Now, that being said, I know that this is basically this is a follow-up directly from what? Apex.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is literally meant to kind of be like with a movie or something like that, like the sequel. Abyss is the sequel to Apex.
It is, yeah.
How so?
Well, I wrote them at the same time. So, when we first started writing for Apex and Abyss, we were originally going to do like a 2-disc record, I think was kind of the plan. And then, deadlines were looming. So we decided to just focus on one record at a time. So we wrote, I wrote the story that is underlying everything all at once. And then we just focused on Apex back in 2016. And then Abyss we wrote in 2019. So there was always going to be a sequel, I guess you could say, to Apex. That was the plan all along anyways. But
Okay. All right.
I tried not to allude to it too much in Apex until like the very end of the record. So
Okay.
if you go back and you listen to Apex, you can see that it's kind of like, oh, what a crappy ending. But
No, no, no. This is not a crappy ending. Everyone, I can tell you, because I've already reviewed this. And, by the time you watch this, just go on out to rocktitan.tv. .tv, not .com, not .net, not .org, .tv, rocktitan.tv. And you will see my full review of Abyss. And it's awesome, I have to say. And, I don't like comparing artists or anything like that. Your voice is absolutely incredible. Your range, everyone that's a fan of Unleash the Archers, they already know this. But I mean, your lows to your highs, I mean, it's awesome. And I love the way you have your clean vocals versus the other guys, which bring more of that, because that's
yeah,
not your style, right?
no.
Why not?
Oh, because I can't. I mean, if I could, that'd be awesome. But we joke amongst ourselves that I just basically sound like a kitten trying to roar, is what we say.
Oh, have you ever thought about trying to go in that direction though? Like,
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I write the screaming parts, right? So it's all in there, and I really wish that I could perform it. And sometimes I'll write it in a certain way, and then Grant, who does most of the screams, will be like, you know what? I think I'm gonna do it like this, and I'll be like, no, 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 and but he'll do it his own way, anyways. There's not much I can do about it. So
okay.
there are times when I wish that I could lay it down, but I honestly, I've just been singing for so long that, and I never really thought about like doing harsh vocals until I was already, 4 or 5 years into the band. So I
Okay.
just have no idea how to go about even doing it. And trust me, I've tried. I've like had conversations with screamer friends that are like, you just do this. And I'm like, I can't, I just sing when I do that. So
Well,
it takes some time, but I'm just I'm happy with it. Grant can do his thing, and Andrew can do his thing, and
well, I'm a big proponent of if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
yeah.
And that definitely works for you. But as I was going through the album, I'm just thinking, man, I mean, your vocals being what they are. I found myself at one point thinking, how cool would it be to hear like kind of a duet or like some kind of collaboration with you and Amy Lee from Evanescence? Because I
Mm.
did hear some parallels there. Is there anyone in particular female artist that people do compare you with? They're like, oh my God, Brittney, you sound just like, her,
Not really.
No?
I get I get Bruce Dickinson sometimes.
Really?
Yeah,
How about that,
which is
Bruce? All right.
fine with me because I love Brucey. But I feel like my voice is a
Yeah.
little bit different than his.
A little
Um,
bit.
yeah.
Hormones. Hormones.
So yeah, no, not really though. Maybe like Doro
Oh,
once or
right on.
twice,
Right on.
but
Love Doro.
not too much.
All
Yeah.
right, that's cool. So Abyss comes out August 21st. That's when the actual, hard copy of the album is available to everybody. So go check it out. Go get Abyss from Unleash the Archers. It's really awesome. But I just got this news blast. I just saw that there is going to be something else coming up here on August 22nd for all of your fans. What is that?
We're doing a stream, a show, whatever you want to call it. I don't know, live stream. It's not live. It's like semi-live, medium rare live is what we're
Medium
gonna
rare.
call it.
Right
And
on.
yeah, we're just gonna play like 90 minutes, a 90-minute set, and we're gonna play some stuff that's the usual favorites. We're gonna play a whole bunch of the new record and songs that probably won't get played, like that won't be singles or anything like that. So stuff that you probably won't ever get to hear live ever again. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. We're just gonna get up on stage and have a good time and try and make it entertaining for the fans and imagine all your pretty faces behind the camera and just yeah.
Wow. Now, have you ever done anything like this before?
We did a stream set for the European Metal Festival Alliance, yeah. But that was like we literally just hung out in our jam spot and we were like, okay, let's plug our mixer into this laptop and see how it works. It was very DIY. Hopefully this will be not so DIY, but you never know. I mean,
You gotta love
we're
it. Just
doing it
go with it, you know?
we're doing it through the Rickshaw Theater in Vancouver, which is a local venue here. They're organizing it all. We're basically just going to play, and then we're going to split the proceeds with them because venues are hurting pretty hard right now. So
Everybody's
uh,
hurting pretty hard right now.
yeah, but venues are going to be the last. And I'm not just talking like your bar down the street. I'm talking your Orpheum theaters, your
Right.
huge, huge venues where a lot of people, a lot of jobs revolve around those things. And they are going to be the last priority for every government on this planet. So we have to do what we can to support not just, the artists, not just the productions that aren't in right now, not just, the things that are obvious. So we're gonna do our best to make sure that the rickshaw is still around when we get back to playing shows because they are like the number one metal venue for up and coming bands for
Right on.
sure.
Right on.
Number one. So if you want to get that local scene back up and running again, you got to make sure that your little venues and your medium to big venues make it, and those are the ones that are the most at risk. So yeah.
I love the fact that you're so in tune with that. More bands need to be like that. You got to support your local venues because if you don't, especially those venues that support original music, because
Yeah.
we all know that there's not a lot of smaller venues that can actually afford to support your local original bands in the first place. They all want to go for like mainstream stuff, DJs, whatever the case may be. But I mean, everything is so monetarily driven, and it's hard. I know for a lot of times for bands to have the kind of draw that would justify a venue, wanting to kind of throw their hat into that arena and do that. So I
Yeah.
think that's everybody take a page out of the book of Brittney here. You got to do this. You got to do this. I mean,
Totally.
this is important. So that's very cool. So you're going to be this is going to be a live stream though. You guys are actually going to be performing live. This isn't something like you've already recorded and then you're going to put it out there. Like this is going to be in
No.
real time.
No, we don't want to deal with Wi-Fi and all that stuff
Okay.
because
All right.
we're just not gonna go there. So it is live in that we
Okay.
are playing the songs live, but it's not being streamed live.
Okay.
So it'll be a couple days before and then it'll go up.
That's
Yeah.
cool. That's cool. Well, one thing I'm very curious about, having listened to Abyss the whole way through, and again, everybody, we are here with Brittney Slayes from Unleash the Archers, and they got their brand new album Abyss coming out August 21st. And having listened to this baby the whole way through, there was this one particular song, "Carry the Flame." I loved it because it was basically a duet between you and Andrew
Yep.
Kingsley. Wow, you guys have some serious magic there. That was really the only song on the track where you guys were doing that. Have you guys ever thought about doing any more where it's really both of you singing in tandem?
I mean, not really.
No?
He's got his own project that he does called Sleeper Ship,
Okay.
which is on Spotify. So if you want to go listen to Andy's dulcet tones, you can find that there. But yeah, it's mostly I just kind of use him when I need a voice, another voice, basically. So I really wanted it to be like a back and forth, that song. So it's the grandson and the immortal at a very tender moment. And so I wanted there to be another voice there to give the grandson a little bit of yeah, something something. So that's why yeah, I brought him in on that one. And he did a little cameo on Apex and everyone loved it and he did such a great job that I was like, okay, let's just do like full on duet song. So that's what I did. Put him in the whole of the Carry the Flame. Yeah, and he's got a killer voice, so
But you just used him.
I did. I
You, ju-
used him.
you
And it
just
was
used him.
literally
He's got a great voice.
and both times it was literally like, "Hey Andy, I kind of wrote you into the song. Is that cool?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Can't get in the studio." And he'd just like lay it down.
You
And
guys
then,
together, seriously, I'm not just saying this. Listening to the two of you guys together, you really complement one another really well. I mean, is this something that you guys have ever heard before? Has anyone ever kind of like pushed you saying, "Brittney, I think you and Kingsley need to do more"?
well, no, just like the reaction to Apex was really basically
Okay.
what did it.
All right.
Everyone was just like, "Ah, Andrew, so great! What an awesome voice you have!" And we love bugging him because
You guys do
he
have
does.
magic together. You have magic
Yeah.
together. But since we're still talking, I mean, obviously we're referencing Apex as Abyss is the sequel to that. Because you wrote this at the same time, you could have put this out as, a double LP. You could have put this out as a double album. When everything struck, this worldwide pandemic, which just has wreaked havoc on the venues like we were talking about a little while ago with all of you musicians, because obviously you can't be touring, certainly not touring the way you guys are accustomed to. Just being able to support your new album releases because this baby's coming out in just, a couple of weeks here. Was there any thought in your mind that, I should have made this a double. We should not be putting this out right now. Did you even think about putting Abyss off till maybe a little bit later? Like what went into, I guess, the timing of this release? Was there any kind of like anxiety, stress, or, second thoughts about this?
Well, the album, the music wasn't written at the same time as Apex, just the
Okay.
story.
Okay.
So what I did is I did like a track by track guideline, 1 through 10, 1 through 10, for both albums. And then we were looking at them and we were like, this is a lot of music. So we just decided to focus only on Apex. And we had a few riffs that we wrote for Abyss back then, but we decided we'll just put those aside for now and we'll write Abyss when we're ready to come to it. So then we took 6 months off at the beginning of 2019 just to like fully separate ourselves from everything that we did before
Okay.
and get some new influences and kind of broaden our horizons as musicians and songwriters. Then we came back together in the fall of 2019 to write Abyss
Okay.
and got into the studio in January. And Corona was just a whisper at that time. It was
Right.
like, what's this thing happening in China, kind of. And then by the time we were done, it was like, oh, uh-oh, it's in Europe. And then all of February was kind of like, what's happening? Oh my God, Europe, this sucks. It's so bad. Then we hit the road in March on tour with Dragon Force.
Oh,
And
wow. Okay. I missed that. Oh, Dragon Force. I love them.
yeah, no, it was rad. It was so fun. It was just getting good. And then we woke up in Minneapolis 6 days into the tour, 4 shows into the tour, and the venue shut their doors on us, and we're like, nope, Corona is here. And we were just like, what? and it was just like out of nowhere. So yeah, oh yeah, big time. So we slanged some merch on the street for the fans that had come from afar, and we were just like, well, let's just hang out with them anyways, and have a few beers in public, and hung out, and then grabbed a flight that night, and we were home, and then we just watched everything get destroyed, and then Napalm came to us, and they were like, we're pushing the album back, and I was just kind of like, all right. So it was supposed to be coming out in July,
Okay.
and but then I was just like, yeah, you know what, that's fine. Let's push it back. Gives us more time to get everything ready, anyways. And so they pushed it back to August 21st, and then things started getting really bad. Whole world basically went into lockdown,
Right.
and they were like, we really need to consider pushing this back further. And I was kind of like, you know what, you guys, like, I don't know about you. It's been about a month now of lockdown, and I'm fiending for new music. Like, hurting hard. I was like, every Friday I'm going to my Spotify looking up what's new. Give me the new stuff. Give me something during this mundane monotony. And so they were like, you know what, you got a point. Like, maybe people will be really stoked to have something that comes out right now. And everybody else is pushing their records back. So just be fighting for a spot in the fall or the spring of when all the big guys are going to release their stuff.
You're one
So
of the
we're
big guys. I'm not being sarcastic. Serious, everyone. Again, we're here with Brittney Slayes, Unleash the Archers. Abyss comes out August 21st, and it is awesome. It is their fifth studio album. It's the sequel to Apex. You got to go get it. You got to go get it, and make sure that you're tuned in August 22nd for this live stream from the rickshaw, because I have no doubt that that is going to be unbelievable. But no, seriously, come on. Don't sell yourself short. That makes me ill. I mean, come on. Seriously. No, I'm not having that out of you. Because when I hear all your guys, with Scott on drums, and he's got a great name. Scott, powerful name. And, you got
I'll
Kings.
tell him you think so.
Yeah, and you got Kingsley and you got Grant. Those guys in guitar. Holy crap. I mean, as far as all the leads go, is that like mostly Grant?
It's a lot of it's Andrew on this
Is
one,
it
actually.
Andrew?
Andrew wrote pretty much everything on this record. Like, I rewrote the guideline thing, kind of changed it a little bit for current times, and then sent it to him, and he like locked himself away for 3 months and just wrote riff after riff after riff after riff. And it was really funny because he was just sending us stuff, and Grant was kind of like, you know what, I'm just gonna let Andy take this one because he's got 3 kids anyways, so it's
Okay.
really hard to find the time to sit down and write. So Andrew just kind of went like tunnel vision
I know
and
how that is.
knocked it out of the park.
Yes,
But
he did. He did. I mean,
Grant
it's unbelievable.
Grant wrote all his own solos though, so
Okay.
pretty much on the record you can tell who's who because Grant has like a different tone that he uses for his solos.
Okay.
But pretty much it's like always Andy first, then Grant when it comes to solos. So.
All right. Right on, right on. So, it's funny, that we're talking about, the time that you guys had used strategically, not knowing that you were going to have this exorbitant amount of time thrown at you, where all you were going to have is time, to be working on all these various things. So obviously we know the album release coming out, and we know about the live stream coming out, official music videos and stuff like that. Have you guys been working on anything? Are you even able to work on anything during this time with social distancing and everything like that in support of Abyss?
Yeah, we've got 2 videos out already. Abyss, the title track,
Right on.
which we did in a very tight timeline because it was 2 weeks until the video was out when lockdown finally let up here in BC.
Right.
And so we just booked into a studio and we were like, okay, what can we do in one day of studio time? And then everything else would be in post. So that was Abyss. And then Soulbound, we filmed like over a few different days. It was all like, yeah, how do we get together without actually being together kind of a thing.
Right.
Except for a few scenes where we had to actually like travel and go to not a venue, but like a location and shoot.
Right.
So that posed some issues, of course. So that whole music video was a really fun time. But things are starting to get better now. We're still not allowed to go outside of our 6-person bubble or whatever it is. So
How about that?
our director of both of Abyss is in our bubble now, and so he's the one that's doing the next one, which
Yep.
we're actually filming this week. which is really exciting.
Sweet.
And so that should come
Sweet.
out in a couple weeks. And then, yeah, we got some plans for a couple more after that. Maybe just trickle them out as
Very
we
good.
have nothing to do this fall because touring isn't happening. So,
So
yeah.
it would seem, yeah. All right. So on a finishing note, and then I'll let you go because I know you've got better things to do on this gorgeous day than talk to me. But Brittney, thank you so much.
Hardly.
It's been awesome. It has been awesome having you on the show. So where was I going with this? Because I had this awesome idea, and then I had a brain fart, as I'm known to
Music
do.
videos.
No, we already talked about that. But
No
yeah,
touring.
that's it. That's what I wanted to ask you. You were talking about how you got cut short with your Dragon Force tour.
Mm-hmm.
So are you going to be picking back up with them where you left off? Are there any other tours planned, in the event that things do actually return to normal? Anything like that? Anyone that you've kind of got on the radar that you're going to be going out and supporting Abyss with?
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
So we won't be joining Dragon Force. They're already rescheduling their dates,
Uh-huh.
and their dates are being rescheduled for right when we are planning to go to Europe.
Aha.
So unfortunately, we aren't going to be able to join them on that.
But you're going to Europe.
Yeah.
Oh, what a bummer.
Well,
That's terrible.
maybe.
What a rotten
I mean,
life.
who knows? I'm kind of I'm kind of the person that says zero expectations, zero disappointments.
There
So
you
we're
go.
booked. The dates are booked.
Okay.
We're just kind of like doing this, waiting to see if it's safe to announce the dates. Hoping that nothing happens,
Understood.
second wave, etc.
Understood.
And then we have North American dates being booked, and Australian dates, and South American dates,
Ooh.
and Japan and China hopefully as well.
Wow.
And
So you
then
guys are going to be off the reservation. You guys are doing this worldwide
if
tour.
if Corona allows,
Sure.
yeah, we will be all over the place next year.
Right
Plus,
on.
all of the festivals have reconfirmed us for next year. The only one that is taking their sweet time is Vakken, so feel free to annoy the shit out of them
I can
on
do
our
that.
behalf.
I can do that. Yeah, yeah.
But
What
yeah, so
about the Blue
all
Ridge
the other
Rock
festivals.
Festival? Yeah, is that on your radar at all down there in Virginia? You guys ever
I've
play the
never
Blue
heard
Ridge
of it.
Rock Festival? Ever heard of it?
No, no.
Ooh, got to get you
Plug
in
them
there.
too. Sure. Yeah.
Got to get you in there. No. I mean, yes, it's a plug. You busted me, Brittney. You did. But all right, it's huge. I mean, it's like, it's right up there with any of the Danny Wimmer shows. I mean, all these 3-4 day festivals where the lineups are just absolutely mind boggling. And, even a musician as established as yourself, you're going into like total fan mode, like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm playing with these guys. But it's like that, Do you ever do a lot
I
of
do that all the
festivals like
time.
that? Yeah.
Yeah, we did. Well, it's really funny because we did. What's it called? Hell in Heaven in Mexico, and Kiss was the headliner.
Ooh.
That was a really good time. We were right up front for that because we got to go in like the special artist area or whatever. So
Okay.
that was really cool.
Did you
And
get to be
then
backstage with him?
no, we were at a different stage, so
Okay.
definitely not on the main stage though. And then another one we did Rockfest
Oh, right on.
and in Barcelona, and that was again Kiss was headlining, but also Scorpions, I think it was.
Very
And they all showed up. They each showed up in their own limo, each band.
cool.
That was pretty cool.
Surely
And
that's
then,
how Unleash the Archers rolls. Surely.
yes, of course. No, we're in the low budget Sprinter. Um,
The Sprinter. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. There's been a couple others. 70,000 tons. That was awesome.
All right.
Prague Power. That was cool.
All right.
That was really awesome actually because Dragonland is like one of my favorite bands of all time, and they
Oh,
played
very cool.
right after us, so that was really awesome.
Oh,
And
wow. You opened up for them. That's cool.
well, it was like, yes, the first day it was weird. They filled in for somebody, so the first day we opened for them, and then the second day they opened for us. Or so I can't remember what it was, but
Right
it was
on.
really funny.
Right on.
It was a good time.
Good
Yeah.
deal. Good deal. All right, everybody. Well, here we are with Brittney Slayes from Unleash the Archers. They got their brand new album, Abyss, coming out August 21st. Make sure you tune in to their live stream from the Rickshaw, August 22nd. And if you enjoyed this, podcast with Brittney here, please go out to YouTube/Rock Titan and subscribe. We've got awesome interviews out there, and now we get to add Brittney to the family. And thank you so much, Miss Slayes. It's been an absolute honor and a privilege. I enjoy hanging out with you.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
thank you. Please be safe. And everybody, again, I'm Scotty J. You're watching Rock Titan Live. We're out.